Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is a review of the WWE Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss. So yeah guys, I'm gonna admit I have fallen behind when it has come to collecting WWE figures. There are still a couple of figures that I was planning on collecting, but I didn't get around to it because I was prioritizing stuff like Star Wars and Marvel. But they announced this Alexa Bliss, and I know a lot of people, at least from what I've seen on the internet, don't really care for this version of Alexa Bliss, but I think she's cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the review. Woo, that was actually a lot easier to get out than pretty much all the other times I tried to get an Ultimate action figure out of its packaging. But yeah guys, this is the Ultimate Alexa Bliss out of the packaging, and now that I actually have a figure of her, assuming that she's actually accurate to how she looks on TV, there's a couple of things that popped out to me. I never really paid a whole lot of attention to Alexa Bliss's shoes, how they got the little play and pain thing, kind of the same thing that's on her gloves, which is right here. Actually, really nice attention to detail. I like it when like they be putting like the little like words and stuff that are supposed to be on people's gear. They actually do a really good job at that, and for like characters that have tattoos. And I really dig this face sculpt for Alexa Bliss. I know a lot of times there are certain WWE superstars that for whatever reason look kind of weird in plastic form. Like their faces maybe just don't translate well in plastic form. But I think Alexa Bliss makes it work. There's a little bit of paint scuffage on the side over here, but if you have a magic eraser, that really shouldn't be a problem, so I'm not really going to gripe too much about that. Now, she comes in the packaging in just her kind of like default wrestling gear, but the primary reason why I bought her is because of these accessories over here. But we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to do this right, and that means going into articulation. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to WWE action figures, the Ultimate Edition usually has the best articulation. I know that with some of the Elite figures, they're starting to have double jointed arms, which I think is a great idea. But for the most part, if you want highly articulated wrestling action figures, you have to buy an Ultimate. So right off the bat, I am noticing that the head articulation is a little stiff. Obviously, you can get a 360 on the head. The ponytails do kind of hinder head articulation, but there does seem to be what I believe is a ball joint in there, so you can get a little bit of hinge and a little bit of swivel, not that much, so that is a little disappointing. Upper arms have a hinge and swivel up here in the upper arm. Of course, have the double jointed arms. That's a really good bend on that figure right there. Hinge in the wrist, goes up and down. Ball joint in the upper torso. And another thing that I like about these wrestling action figures that I don't usually talk about a whole lot is the fact that the torso piece is separate from the leg piece, so you can kind of, you know, you got this swivel part right here. Now I know that might look weird if you're posing them because, you know, it breaks up the figure, but that can actually be very helpful, especially when you're trying to get an action figure in certain poses or whatnot. I think that that's just a really good addition to any action figure, in my opinion. I wish that more Marvel Legend action figures did that. But continuing right here, whoa, pretty decent split on the upper legs. Also have a swivel up here in the upper leg. We have, I believe, double jointed leg here. It is a little hindered by the knee pads, but you can move those out of the way or take them off if you want. That's one thing that I like about a lot of the wrestling action figures, is their pads are removable, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave those on. And also down here, the shoes that we talked about earlier, got a nice hinge on the foot, a little bit of swivel. Doesn't seem to, there's a little bit of ankle pivot in there. But all around pretty decent articulation for an Ultimate figure. However, at times even the Ultimate figures do have hindered articulation, like I talked about with the head. But I've come to, you know, expect that from a lot of the wrestling figures. Alright, now that we got our articulation out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. And first off, guys, she comes with an alternate, in my opinion, much scary looking head.
Actually, if you stare at it for too long, you just might go insane.
But this sculpt for this head actually looks really good too. I'm not sure which one I like more. If you're more of a fan of kind of more the regular, not crazy Alexa Bliss, then you're probably gonna like this smiling head. But I'd probably switch in between the two from time to time. So let's go ahead and pop this one on the Alexa Bliss and see how she looks. Oh, and guys, I just thought I'd mention, as I popped the head off, I noticed why there wasn't that much neck articulation. This ball joint right here is a connected piece. At least it doesn't feel like it is it? Let me move it around. Oh, it is. It's just very stiff, guys. But let's go ahead and pop on the alternate head. Oh, that just slides on there pretty nicely, and it's really firm too. And there you go. A little more crazy Alexa Bliss. I think that works pretty nice. And also, Alexa Bliss comes with her cloth. I'm not even sure what I would call it. I guess her playground outfit, which is primarily why I bought the figure. And let's go ahead and get these on her and see how they look. Whew, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was kind of a battle getting these soft goods on Alexa Bliss, especially this pink shirt. I think it's kind of tight, but I was able to get it on there. I would suggest, if you're gonna try to put these clothes on Alexa Bliss, pop her head off first. I think that's gonna make it a lot easier. But now that they're finally on there, I kind of like the way they look on Alexa Bliss. They're not overly bulky looking, which is what I was kind of afraid of. It seems to fit on Alexa Bliss pretty nicely. I like the attention to detail with like the little skirt, all the little designs and like paint splotches on there. It looks pretty good. She also comes with a black shirt. I will say, it was such a hassle for me to get these on her. I kind of don't want to take it off, like, ever. I'm probably just going to display Alexa Bliss like this on my shelf and just leave her like that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the last few accessories. And these are her last two accessories. Her extra open hands for her to do her little pose with. Again, really like the attention to detail. I like the way how the words are painted on there. They look pretty nice, and they're not like splotchy at all. I really think, at least for me personally, I feel like the WWE action figures do a pretty decent job when it comes to damage control. I can only really speak for myself. I haven't gotten a whole lot of WWE figures that have like a lot of like splotches and you know, figures where like the face looks like super messed up. So, but I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and get these hands onto Alexa Bliss and see how she looks. And there you go, guys. And I'm actually very glad that it seems like the figure can get into the pose, even though she's wearing like the cloth goods. They don't really seem to hinder her articulation all that much. Really like the way that pose looks. That is great. I think WWE did a very good job with the articulation. Just the overall getup. It really looks like Alexa Bliss from the WWE. Guys, I thought it would be cool to do a little comparison. So I have my new Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss next to my Ultimate Edition Fiend and my Elite Collection Bray Wyatt. I think the proportioning is pretty good. Alexa is pretty short WWE superstar, so I think it fits pretty well. And here she is next to my Elite Collection Asuka and my Elite Collection Survivor Series Bayley, ready to make their lives a living nightmare. So in conclusion, guys, I'm actually very satisfied with this Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss. She turned out almost better than I expected, to be honest, because I remember I had pre-ordered her before they had actual pictures of the figure, and I was just kind of crossing my fingers like, please let this be a good figure. And it was. I am very satisfied with this action figure, and I'm looking really forward to seeing what WWE superstars they will decide to make Ultimate editions of in the future. Just a heads up for you guys, I did pre-order the new Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan that they have coming out. That's probably going to be getting to me sometime around August, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, comment down below if any of you guys have this new Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss. What do you think of her? Do you like her? Do you not like her? And also be sure to go on my Instagram, as you'll stay updated whenever I have plans to upload a video, as well as see exclusive photos like of Alexa Bliss here that you will not see in my videos. Alright guys, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go to my channel to check out other videos. Catch you later.